Hello, welcome everyone to the big breaking. It has been confirmed that China is going to be represented by Premier Li Qiang instead of Xi Jinping. We were reading reports of Xi Jinping skipping the G20 meet in India, but now it has been confirmed. The reason hasn't been confirmed officially as to why Xi Jinping is skipping this meet, but because of China being one of the largest economies in the world, this is going to be registering a downside for the G20. Even the President Biden has said that he is disappointed that Xi Jinping is not coming to the summit, the G20 summit. We already know that Russia is out of the picture because, of course, of the war that is going on. Other than that, China will remain absent. G20 is a group of 20 economies, as in 19 world's biggest economies and the European Union, which comprises of many countries. And it consists of the countries such as Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, and the rest as well. It represents 85% of the global GDP and 2/3 of the world's population. It was formulated in 1999. This group was formed in 1999 in order to take care of the stability of the economy as a whole, because once we got into the era of globalization, we could ensure that each and every economy should be taken care of. Otherwise, it will spill over. Now, China, as it will remain absent, the policy outcome may be hampered. But there are other countries that have been invited as guests to G20 Summit, which is being hosted by India. Bangladesh, Egypt, Mauritius, Netherlands, Nigeria, Oman, Singapore, Spain, UAE. Remember the names of the guests as well, because UPSC loves asking about guests also. Recently, we saw that the relationship between India and China, they are at an all-time low, because China has recently infuriated India with its new map. The new map showed the regions of Ladakh, specifically Aksai Chin, and Arunachal Pradesh to be a part of China, along with other territories that belong to other countries as well. But all that came after the 15th summit talks that happened at the 15th summit of the BRICS. India and China did talk about border disputes, and they also said that we are going to resolve it as soon as possible. But when the map came after that, that was a huge disappointment to India. So maybe this may be one of the reasons. It could be due to diplomatic sparring with India that she is snubbing the group of 20 meet, or he wants to bolster the newly expanded BRICS. BRICS has added 6 new countries. So maybe China wants to remain a king among small economies, or among developing economies, or among those economies which China perceives as smaller to it. Maybe he wants to just stay home to handle China's economic troubles that are going on. Maybe he doesn't want to be questioned about the economic troubles that China is facing at the G20 summit. But many people are saying, many analysts are saying that he is becoming a person of emperor mindset. Recently, when he went to the BRICS summit, he was treated in a very special way that may not be possible for the G20 summit to give to him. And we also saw that he brokered a landmark deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran. After that, he traveled to Moscow so that he can show that he is Moscow or Vladimir Putin's most strongest backup. Other than this, he also talked to Ukraine, showing to the world that he is capable of getting into a diplomatic arrangement between from both the sides. So he is becoming somebody of an emperor mindset. He is okay with attending and receiving diplomats, but may not be very much so for going to countries such as India, with which it has territorial disputes. Maybe he doesn't want India to become more appreciated. If Xi Jinping could attend this particular summit, he would have given a lot of blow up to India. Now, as a rival, maybe China is perceiving India as a rival of influence in the global world, in the global situation. So these are the many reasons, but of course it will have an impact on the G20 as a whole. If you snub a huge organization such as this, it may have a downside to it in the long run. I hope you understood this topic. Thank you so much for watching.